was instantly at the side of the wounded attacker, kneeling beside him and pulling away the scarf that concealed his features. I hurried to Major Ashworth, who was struggling to sit up, his face pale with shock and pain. "Lie still, Major," I commanded, shifting into my professional capacity. "Let me examine that wound." The bullet had passed through the fleshy part of his shoulder, missing the bone and major blood vessels by what seemed to be a fortunate chance. I bound the wound tightly with my handkerchief, applying pressure to stanch the bleeding. "Watson," Holmes called, his voice urgent, "I need you here." I left Ashworth propped against a piling and joined Holmes beside the wounded attacker. The man was still conscious, though my bullet had struck him in the upper chest, and his breathing was labored and irregular. Even in the dim light, I could see that his injury was serious, possibly mortal. Holmes had removed the man's mask entirely, revealing features that were unmistakably Oriental in character. High cheekbones, almond-shaped eyes, and skin of a golden hue that spoke of Far Eastern ancestry. "Can you save him?" Holmes asked me quietly. I examined the wound as best I could in the darkness and shook my head. "The bullet has likely damaged the lung. He needs immediate surgical attention if he is to have any chance at all. We must get him to a hospital at once." "Not yet," Holmes said, and there was a hardness in his voice that I had seldom heard. He leaned close to the wounded man and spoke in a language I did not recognize. It sounded vaguely similar to Chinese, but with differences that suggested it might be some dialect or related tongue. The man's eyes widened in surprise, and he replied in the same language, his voice barely above a whisper. For several minutes, Holmes conversed with the dying man, his questions apparently growing more urgent as the man's responses became weaker.